Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Eker, and today in this video we're going to be talking about one of the best Strand Hunter PvP builds that I have currently found in Destiny 2. Now, this PvP build is going to be my personal breakdown and stuff like that, so if you guys have anything else that you guys wish would be better, go ahead and definitely let me know down in the comment section. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been subscribing, leaving likes on my videos, becoming YouTube members, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for that, guys. We are getting back into Destiny 2, so I do want to go ahead and try to push a ton of content out for you guys. So if you guys are looking for PvE or PvP builds, no matter if you're a hunter, warlock, or a titan, definitely hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. We'll go ahead and talk about some of the best subclasses to run, how to beat Crota as easy as possible, and all of that good stuff. So go ahead and make sure you do stay updated. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get started with the hunter build. Rose and Cloud Strike kind of setup, so those are going to be corresponding towards what I want to use. So I'm using arc targeting obviously to help with my Cloud Strike, a little bit of aim assist, and then kinetic targeting, is going to be towards my hand cannon with a little bit more aim assist. Obviously I'm going to have arc dexterity to pull out my Cloud Strike faster. Unflinching arc aim is going to help when I'm getting shot at with snipers, because now all of a sudden a lot of auto rifles are in the game, so having unflinching arc aim is going to help me just a tad bit, and obviously stacking them is going to help as well, just to help me kind of hit a shot easier while I'm getting beamed by auto rifles. And then arc holster, kinetic holster is just going to slowly reload my weapons while I have vice versa of which one I have out. And then your cloak is kind of just your stat increases, your outreach, and your distribution. So obviously moving over to the subclass, we're going to be running Silk Strike, which is obviously the only super we can run on a Strand Hunter. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the abilities, aspects, and fragments for you. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and put gameplay and stuff in like that. I just want to go ahead and post a video, show you guys the raw juice of what to run, and then just go ahead and let you guys enjoy it for yourselves. So the Marksman Dodge is kind of going to be your own personal opinion. I'd like to run Marksman Dodge, especially if I'm running threes, because it automatically reloads my gun. Now, if you guys want to get your Gambler's Dodge out to reload your melee ability, what that's going to allow you to do is actually get your spikes faster. So go ahead and do that if you want to go ahead and get your threaded spikes faster. But if you don't really care about the threaded spike, or your RNG sucks when you try to throw one of those, I recommend just running Marksman Dodge, going ahead and getting that reload back on your weapons, having a full clip, and going back and fighting into another fight. And we'll go ahead and talk about that here in a second. Now, your jumps are going to be completely up to you. I personally enjoy triple jump. I know a lot of my hunter mains out there are going to give me tons of hate for not running strafe jump. I like triple jump. It's just how I play. It's going to be another personal opinion for you guys. Threaded spike is going to be one of the only melees you can use, so obviously we have to keep that on. And we'll go ahead and show you how this build is kind of going to work. So grapple is going to be one of the things that a lot of people like to use. It's definitely going to help with all the hunter mains who love to do movement builds. So that's going to be obviously grappling, and then as soon as you're done grappling, you can jump 1 to 2 times depending on how many jumps you have, and then you can hit that melee button, which would technically be your threaded spike, but it actually boosts your movement when you melee mid-air, when you have that fist in the air instead of your actual spike. So that's obviously going to help with your movement. So we're going to be running grapple for movement because I like that. You can obviously run shackle grenades if you guys want to go ahead and suspend your targets, depending on how you play. If you don't really like the grapple, or you really can't get the movement down for it. But moving over to aspects, this is going to be one of the key things to do. We're going to be running Threaded Spectre, as it's going to be activating our class ability leaves behind a decoy woven from Strand. Now, the reason why we're running this is because not only do we get a decoy on top of it, but if we are engagements of 1 to 2, or even 3, popping our ability, which is going to be pressing that B button or whatever you have a keybind to, is actually going to leave another one of us. Now, when that happens, you're going to have a decoy sitting on there that's going to move the aim assist from the enemies towards that decoy. And once the enemies destroy that decoy, it's actually going to leave threadlings out that seek towards them. Now, the threadlings are really, really good, especially in threes if they're all stacked up together, or if you have maybe 2 stacked up, it's going to bring them at least to half health. So when you do that, you're also going to be able to shoot them mid-combat while you're having that happen. So what I'm trying to say is if you run that woven mail and you go ahead and they go ahead and shoot that decoy, they're going to break it while you're still engaging on them while their aim assist is moving towards that. So that's why we're going to be running Threaded Spectre. It's going to help a ton in engagements, especially even when you're dead. Trust me, it randomly breaks when people walk by it. It randomly breaks when people shoot it. It's a really good aspect, in my opinion, to run, especially for threes. So moving on to the next one is going to be Ensuring Slam. Obviously, everybody knows what this is. While you're airborne, you go ahead and long press B or whatever you have that keybind to. It's going to just suspend them in midair. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about one of our fragments, which is definitely going to be helping with the strand aspect. But obviously, once they're in the air, it's going to make them a lot harder to shoot you. They can't aim down sights or anything. All they can do is hip fire. So if you strand 1 to 2 or maybe even a whole team, it'd be a great way to get a clip or a great way to shut down a whole entire team. And Ensuring Slam cancels out a lot of supers. So if you're running Golden Gun and you get Ensured Slam, you're out of it. If you run Thunder Crash and somebody times it right and does it, which we've done before, is insanely good. Trust me. So moving over to the fragments, the first one we're going to be running is Threaded of Ascent. Now this is going to be activating your grenade ability, reloads your equipped weapon, and grants bonus airborne efficientness and handling for a short duration. Now if you guys are running auto rifles, hand cannons, and stuff like that, it's going to actually help not only your airborne efficiency, your handling, and your grenade ability reloads your equipped weapons. So you're also going to get another reload on top of running the reload for this. So that's why I said it's up to you guys. If you guys want to run that threaded spike, you guys can obviously switch your ability over, get that melee ability regenning, and getting your grenade ability constantly regenning too. So moving on to Threaded of Evolution, Threadlings travel faster, and they deal additional damage. So what this is talking about is essentially picking up those balls after you get a kill, and especially when you get them from doing the aspect up here of the Threaded Spectre, you're going to go ahead and get a ball. So when you go ahead and throw one of those balls, they have a tendency to one-shot depending on what their health is, but having them travel farther and deal additional damage on top of that is going to be really good, especially if they're stacked up as a team. And even in those threes, if there's 2 people together, you can more than likely one-shot them with one of the balls running this fragment. Now, moving on to the next one is going to be Threaded of Generation. Now, dealing damage generates grenade energy. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, you're going to be wanting to run grenade energy because you're going to be having a grapple. You're going to always want to be constantly moving. You're always going to be wanting to get to the other side of the team and then pick them off. So dealing damage generates grenade energy is obviously going to help you a ton more. Now, moving on to the last one is going to be Threaded of Continuity, I believe. Suspend, unravel, and server effects applied to the targets have increased duration. So unraveling a target is going to have even more duration. Suspending a target, hitting that long B button, suspending them midair, is going to have even more duration. And server effects are also going to have even more duration. So this is a really good fragment in my opinion to run, depending on how you play. Having more time to be able to suspend your targets and move on to the next one, or go ahead and suspend them, heal, and then go back into the engagement is going to help you a ton. Or even if you long press B, do that, and then double tap, you get a lot of stuff to do. So obviously moving with these fragments, this one has no bonuses to them. This one is going to take a -10 discipline. This one's going to help with +10 intellect, and lastly we're going to have +10 for mobility. So this is kind of my setup for the Strand Hunter that I've loved so far. I run this for 6s and 3s. If you guys have any other opinions, definitely let me know down in the comment sections down below. If you guys did enjoy today's video, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm sorry for this video. I am sick in making this, so I'm trying to put it out as best as I can and as fast as I can. But I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.